By the way, our next guest is Ryan Townsend from the Justice Coalition. Sorry, Ryan, there's no time to talk to you now. We're out of time.
We're all out of time. The Central Valley Justice Coalition.
What did I say?
You said something different. You always get names wrong.
You know what? You reminded me, unfortunately, of the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, or the book by Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Did he eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
No, but it's just wait till he finds out about these bats.
Oh,
see? You can look it up on YouTube.
Or you could read the book.
Or you could read the book, yeah.
Well, I love to read.
It's a classic book. So, but yeah, my name is Ryan Townsend, and I won't go into any details, but I have had some similar experiences being a musician myself and attending a few music festivals. Yeah. So I do know a little bit about what you're talking about. But I'm here today to talk about my organization, the Central Valley Justice Coalition.
What is it?
And so what we do is we partner with the church and the community in order to prevent human trafficking. And so we have a lot of partnerships with a lot of different groups. I always want to make it clear we're not the only ones doing this work. We do this together with a lot of other organizations. We partner with the police.
Human trafficking is like a huge thing and problem right now.
It is, and it's shocking. But today in the world, there are more slaves than there were in the entire history of the transatlantic slave trade. So some organizations estimate, whether you take the low number, which is 27 million, or the high number, which is 40 million, there are millions of people in slavery around the world today, and there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in slavery in the United States.
And now, are we talking like slaves, like young women that have run away from home?
Yeah, so women who are forced
like
into recruited into a life of prostitution. That's one type of slavery.
Yes,
another type of slavery would be somebody who is working under a certain agreement and then not getting paid. There have been
like in China, like sweatshops and
stuff
like
here as well.
That's what I meant. Here.
Yeah, people. There
have
been some foreign national people who have come from other countries to here with the promise of a certain type of work. Found out they were going to be performing another type of work, and guess what? They owed the money for their travel. So that's actually called indentured servitude, which is something that we got rid of a long time ago, but something that's still happening here. And so there is
what's it called again?
Indentured servitude, and we would also call that labor trafficking at this point because that's it's illegal for an employer to take money from an employee for the transportation, for their immigration or other different things. And what happens is trafficking in all cases takes advantage of people's vulnerabilities. So you and I, we have vulnerabilities. If I was to be without work, and I've got to feed my kids and take care of them, and someone came to me with an opportunity that was too good to be true. Now, because I have I got some family support, I've got parents and in-laws and people and a church community that I could go to. But if I didn't have those things, my vulnerabilities, and if I was naive to the issues, they could be exploited as well. So,
somebody comes from another country, they don't speak a language, they don't know a single person, they came thinking they're going to have this opportunity.
Yeah.
Now they're trapped. They have nowhere to go except for the person exploiting them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. In fact,
I would never think that could ever even happen in America.
Yeah, but it does. And the Central, for the Fresno EOC, they keep numbers. There have been nearly 500 cases of human trafficking that have been documented through their project since 2010, and we know that that's just the tip of the iceberg because it's one organization collecting those numbers, and we know that there's a lot more than that. And California, as a state, has the most trafficking in the nation, so we're not immune to it here in Fresno.
But okay, that's what I was going to say. So since you're part of the Central Valley, so are you seeing a lot of this right here in the Central Valley?
Yeah. One thing that's interesting is the more we have a vice unit here that is also the Human Trafficking Task Force, and it's led by Sergeant Kurt Chastain, who's a great friend of mine. He does incredible work. Yeah. And the more cases that they make, the more arrests they make, the more cases they prosecute, then it looks like our numbers of trafficking maybe are higher than other places. But that could be, I look at it the other way. That means that something is being done about the problem. And so we're seeing arrests made. We're seeing cases. There's a case being prosecuted right now. I believe the first not federal labor trafficking case is being prosecuted right now in California State Court.
Jeez. Okay, so my husband and I know it's not California. It's a TV show. We were watching Hawaii Five-0, and there was this this episode where the police, the female police officer and everyone got involved. This guy was just recruiting all these young girls, like from runaways in schools, and they were all prostitutes living together in this one house. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And I know it's a TV show, but I think there's a lot of that going on in Fresno because I know a lot of churches are trying to
So our organization, we are really passionate about education and about prevention. And so we had the opportunity this last week to train 42 educators from the Clovis Unified School District in human trafficking. So we got a full hour to teach them how to look for the warning signs, how to look for what we call red flags, how to these are a group of counselors and aides, what they call intervention aides and other activities, people from the district who work with at-risk kids. And so specifically foster youth, I saw a stat the other day that something like 80% of foster youth are approached by somebody who wants to traffic them or exploit them or take advantage of them. So we are almost like creating a recruiting pool for people who want to prey on them. And I even hesitate to use the word pimp because the word pimp in our culture is kind of like the ultimate, like, hey, you're pimping,
Yeah.
And
No,
really,
these
guys are trafficking.
Yeah,
they're traffickers.
And they're getting
criminals.
young women, and they're all living together in hotels and motels.
What's your message for our audience? You want them to get involved?
Yeah. So I want, I want them to do all of those things.
What if they know of someone like? This girl's missing. We think she's,
So I want to give out the number for the National Human Trafficking Hotline. It's operated by a group called the Polaris Project.
Okay.
And they have the National Human Trafficking Hotline has a direct line to the police, to the Homeland Security, to the FBI, and then from there it goes into Department of Social Services and all these other things. And so the last 2 times I've been on, I haven't given out this number directly, so I want to give this number out.
Okay.
This is the National Human Trafficking Hotline. You call this if you suspect, say there's a massage parlor down the street and it's open way past the time it's supposed to be open, and you see something coming and going. You see somebody, one thing we ask people to do is just, take your head out of your, and look up, look around. I have to be careful because I'm not a pastor anymore, but still,
Hey, I see those massage parlors that say open.
So we have to, really? When I just meant about, not cussing on the air. So, but that's what I was trying not to do. But so you can call this number and they directly get in touch with people. And so even it's the national hotline is 1-888-373. 7888. That's 1-888-373-7888. And you can even call that number if you just want more information on human trafficking.
And the number, is that the number right there, Mike, that we put up? 1-888? Yeah, there you go.
So,
you were awesome.
It doesn't take people, it doesn't take it doesn't take someone who's an actor or a celebrity or someone from Hawaii Five-0 or somebody who's a secret agent to make a difference. It happens, and anybody can make a difference. And so that's probably the main message that I want to say today. Is just that no matter who you are, you can make a difference just by looking around and keeping an eye out. And then certainly go to our website. We have a volunteer orientation and training coming up. We need volunteers. We were painting today a room that we're going to use as a conference room and as a meeting and training facility at our office. And so we need people to help.
Well, I might do that while I'm on home study. My friend Corrine is really into volunteering and human trafficking, so there you go. Ryan Townsend, you're awesome. Woo!
If you need more information, you didn't get the number down, call us here at Central Valley Talk. We'll put you in touch with them.
Mm-hmm. There you go. 1-888-373-7888. Finally, my friend Roger, I've been calling him for months.
He's here.
Months and months.
United Cerebral Palsy. We'll be back right after this.